Are we doing a Camp Nano cabin? Because I'm not sure if it's too late to sign up for one. I'm already in a cabin, but I can opt out, and maybe we can make one together, I hope, because I think that'd be more fun, doing it together as a group. So let me know if you want to try to do that. As far as the doing brain work, you use it or you lose it with the feeling stupid, what I think is a good idea is doing like Sporkle quizzes, just to keep your mind active, or doing puzzles, or, I don't know, Sudoku, whatever it happens to be. Just to keep your mind active and yourself thinking, and Sporkle I think is one of the best ways to do that. That's what my mom does. She Sporkles everything. She knows so much trivia because of it, and I think that's what I'm going to start doing. Thank you for your wishes that my grandmother, as it were, will be okay, because she's out of the hospital. But I have a lovely story of I have another grandparent, this time it's the opposite side of the family, who is now in the hospital. But the story is actually really terrible. We thought he had a stroke, so we rushed over to the hospital, and we were glad that he didn't have a stroke. It turned out he had a seizure that was part of a severe acute manic episode. And I couldn't hold it together because I'm bipolar, and I'm really afraid that's going to be me in the future. So seeing him in this manic episode was really difficult for me. Yeah, it was frightening. It wasn't like necessarily what I would have expected of him, and it was so out of character. It was just really difficult to see for anybody, I think. My mom had a hard time with it, but I was projecting that onto my own future, because that's one of my fears, and seeing him like that, because I've known my whole life he was bipolar, but I've never seen it, and so now seeing it was really difficult. First things first, Nella! I am so excited. Nella is, if anybody missed it, coming to my area, and so I'm gonna get to see her again. We're gonna get to go to a baseball game, and baseball's my favorite thing in the world. It's also starting in like 2 days. It was fantastic news to hear that she was coming so soon. So I'm very excited to see her again. So the subject of OTPs came up a couple times, and shipping in general. And so Zoe was mentioning, like, if someone could clue me into, or this is what I understood it as, if you could clue me into why people ship things and stuff like that, it might be useful. So I want to touch on that. I also want to touch on what Oliver was saying about the best friend soulmate relationship and how sometimes that trumps the romantic relationship. So as a preface, one of the last 4 stories I've written has been kind of relationship driven. It's been a very big plot point. Most of the others, it has like the biggest relationships, the most important ones are either between really good friends or between siblings. And so for me, when I'm shipping things, it doesn't have to necessarily be the most important thing in the whole world to me about a story. Like, I might ship 2 characters and it's just this minimal aspect, whereas like it's way more important to me that like the 2 best friends stay together. But at the same time, that ship is, it does matter. It's like, sometimes it's I want to live vicariously through them, but not always. Sometimes I ship characters who, it's not like I have any relation to the characters themselves. It's not like I feel at all like them, so it's not like I want to live their lives. It's more just, I don't know, I like the idea of happiness. I like the idea that they could be happy together. I don't believe that happiness, like, in a romantic sense is greater than happiness with friends. I just think a lot of the time people are very happy if they find their one true love, their OTP relationship thingy. Then, like, that could put them in a really good place, and from there they find permanent friends and a permanent life where they have everything else, and it just sort of falls into place. But for me, I always imagined that relationships would be a part of that, both platonic and romantic. So finding the romantic relationship for someone who you like or want to see happy, that's why I ship people. But seriously, the whole siblings thing and the whole, like, best friends, I am so focused on that all the time. The story that I'm writing now, there is absolutely no romance plot. It's like, originally there was very little of the brother and the sister, or of the brother, and then as I was writing, he just became a bigger and bigger character because I loved their relationship so much. So I know what you guys mean about, like, romantic relationships are not the most important. Okay, hopefully this video is okay. I'll see you guys later. TBA.